Hello students, today's class we discuss Coulomb's law of electric force. Before going to that, you know the interaction between two charges. Like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. Listen here. If we have two charges, positive and positive charges there, what will happen? You know both are positive, like charges repel each other. So here the force between these two charges is force of repulsion. So then if we have two opposite charges, positive and negative charge, you know unlike charges attract each other. So here between these two charges we can say force of attraction there. By using this Coulomb's law, we can find the magnitude of the force of attraction or repulsion between these two charges. Let us see what is the law. Here the law states that the force of attraction or repulsion between two stationary point charges is directly proportional to the product of charges. Here you can see two charges Q1 and Q2. These two charges are separated by a distance r. So here we can say the force between these two charges may be attraction or repulsion that is directly proportional to the product of charges Q1 and Q2. Okay, so we can write that as F proportional to Q1, Q2. Then what about the distance? Here you can see the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Distance means here it is R. So F proportional to 1 by R square. Now we can compare these two. Here you know F proportional to Q1, Q2. If charge increases, force will also be increased. Its magnitude will be increased. So, but coming to the second one, force proportional to, inversely proportional to square of the distance. It is proportional to 1 by R square. So, if the distance increases, force will be decreased. If the distance decreases, force will be increased. You know that. Then, now we can combine these two expressions. Then you will get F proportional to Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Okay, now we need to remove this proportionality sign. So we can write this by using a proportionality constant K into Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is the expression for this Coulomb's law. Now this proportionality constant K is known as electrostatic force constant. Okay, for charges located in free space, we can write this K as 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. Its value is 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Listen here, from this equation F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square, we can write an equation for K. K is equal to F into R square divided by Q1 Q2. Then, what is the unit of this K? Here for this constant, unit is there. So here you can see force, its unit is Newton, R, distance, its unit is meter. So here it is meter square divided by charge, its unit is Coulomb, Coulomb into Coulomb, that is Coulomb square. So here the unit for this K is Newton meter square per Coulomb square. So here you can see K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, that is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Then what is this epsilon 0? That is known as permittivity of free space. Okay, its value is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. Then what is this permittivity? That is the property of the medium which determines the electric force between two charges situated in that medium. Then by using this, we can write an expression for this force, that is F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R square. From this expression F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square, we can find a definition for unit of charge. You know that is Coulomb. How to define 1 Coulomb of charge? For that we have to consider two charges. Both are equal and similar charges. Here we can take Q1 is equal to 1 Coulomb, Q2 equal to 1 Coulomb. Both are placed in vacuum but separated by a distance of 1 meter. If you apply these values in this expression, you can see F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into 1 divided by 1 square, that is 1. So here we can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, that is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton. Then how to define 1 coulomb of charge? 1 coulomb is the amount of charge which repels. Here the charges are equal and similar, so you know the force between these two charges is force of repulsion. So the amount of charge which repels an equal and similar charge with a force of 9 into 10 raised to 9 Newton when placed in vacuum as a distance of 1 meter from it. Okay. This is the definition for SI unit of charge, that is coulomb. Here you can see F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. This epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space that determines the electric force between that two charges situated in that medium. Here you can see F vacuum. Here the force we are considering, the charges are situated in vacuum. So I wrote here F vacuum equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Then if you are considering charges are placed in a medium separated by the same distance R, so we can write that equation as F medium equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon into Q1 Q2 by R square. We can take this as first expression, then this is the second one. Then we can divide both. F vacuum divided by F medium. Here you can see 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square, the whole divided by 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. So here 1 by 4 pi we can cancel. Here also 1 by 4 pi we can cancel. This whole term we can cancel. So you will get F vacuum divided by F medium equal to epsilon upon epsilon 0, that is equal to epsilon R. So here we can use this epsilon R for denoting this fraction epsilon by epsilon 0. Here epsilon means permittivity of medium, epsilon 0 permittivity of free space. So how can we define this epsilon R? Before that you should know the name of that is known as relative permittivity or dielectric constant. Then how to define this relative permittivity? The ratio of permittivity of medium to permittivity of free space is known as relative permittivity or dielectric constant. For this, another definition also there. Here you can see that is F vacuum divided by F medium. Then how to define this relative permittivity? That is the ratio of the force between two charges placed at some distance in free space to the force between the same two charges. Here also they are placed at the same distance but situated in a given medium. That ratio also known as relative permittivity. Now, our next one is how to write Coulomb's law in vector form. You know force is a vector quantity. We know for finding the magnitude of the force, we can use this expression that we got from Coulomb's law, that is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Then how can we write this force, this electrostatic force in vector form? Here you can see Q1 and Q2, two charges are there. Maybe force of attraction or repulsion between these two charges we can say. So here you can see two charges here, Q1 and Q2 there. Here you can see the expression F21. What is that F21? The force acting on Q2, okay, by this Q1. Force on charge Q2 due to this first charge Q1. How can we write this expression? That is F21 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 divided by R square. This is the unit vector. Here we can write R12 unit vector. Here the force F21. Here you can see R12. Why? This R12 means that is the unit vector from the charge Q1. Okay. From Q1 to Q2. Here the force applied on Q2 by this Q1. But the unit vector means that is from Q1 to Q2. So we can write this expression like this way. Now you know R12. This unit vector R12, how can we write? R12 divided by magnitude of that vector. This is a unit vector. Then Next one we can consider the force applied on the first charge q1 by this charge q2. How can we write F12 equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon 0 q1 q2 divided by r square r21, unit vector r21. Like this way we can write Coulomb's law in vector form. You know r21 unit vector is equal to minus r12. Here r12 means directed from q1 to q2, but r21 you know that is directed from q2 to q1. In our expression F21 1 by 4 by epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square, r12 you know that is in this direction, that's why this is r12. But coming to F12, that is from q2 to q1, that's why you can see the unit vector r21 here. Then you know both are in opposite direction. So how can we write r21 is equal to unit vector r21 is equal to minus unit vector r12. Then how can we write about the force? That we can write as F12 is equal to minus F21. This you know. Equal and opposite forces. So we can say here the two forces are equal and opposite, and we can say the Coulombian forces obey Newton's third law of motion, that you know. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Here we can say Coulombian forces obey this third law, Newton's third law. As these Coulombian forces act along, you can see R12 or R21 act along a particular direction. So we can say that is the line joining the centers of the two charges. So we can call this force as central force. This electrostatic force is an example for central force. Principle of superposition of electrostatic forces. This principle states that when a number of charges are interacting, then the total force on a given charge, that is the vector sum of the forces exerted on it due to all other charges. Here you can see we can consider q1 is one charge, q2, q3, q4, etc. So many charges are there in a system. Now we are considering this F1 means the force acting on the charge q1 by all other charges. You can see q2, q3, q4, etc. So here you can see F12. That is the force acting on q1 by this q2. Here F13, force acting on q1 by this q3. So here the total force on this charge q1, we can take this as F1, that is the vector sum. So here we can see F12 plus F13 plus F14 plus etc. F1n. Okay, so here we can say the total force on the given charge is the vector sum of the forces exerted on it due to all other charges. Keep this point in your mind, students. The force between two charges is not affected by the presence of other charge. This is known as the principle of superposition of electrostatic forces.